there's no deviation from what you said on in the workshop. What happens actually happens. Like you pretty much can't fuck it up.
Hunter, thanks for taking the time to chat to me. Do you want to just introduce yourself in the business?
So my name's Hunter. I own a maintenance company in Melbourne, and we primarily do real estate and also private jobs for owners that do the small nitty-bitty sort of jobs. So changing taps, plastering, patching, bit of carpentry works, tiling, stuff like that. So that's what we do.
Yeah, sick. What kind of situation were you in before you came to us, and like what did you try in the past?
We were in a position where we were solely relying on word of mouth. We had a website and that was fine. And then we thought, look, let's not keep all our eggs in one basket. Let's go down the route of, a digital marketing agency. And, we did that and, we paid, a lot of money. And when I say a lot of money, I mean quite literally a lot of money. And, without saying too much, we were getting pretty much nothing. And it didn't make sense. And I just didn't compute in my head. I know things take time and I understand that things, take time to, get to that stage where you start to see results as anything worthwhile does. But it didn't make sense the money that we were putting in for what
Mm.
we were getting out, which was virtually nothing.
Yeah.
Bits and pieces, but nothing substantial to be able to go, okay, look, this is going well.
Hmm.
And then I sort of went, this is useless now. I mean, I'm spending money, I'm not getting anything back. This is just a complete and utter waste of money. So then I started inquiring on Facebook and
Mm.
Instagram and whatnot. And then I kept seeing your ads. And then I saw them, and then I thought nothing of it. And then I saw them, and then it kept going. And it happened a fair few times. And I honestly thought, it. Like, well, I've honestly got nothing to lose here. Like, I've got nothing to lose. And then, yeah, that's when, obviously you and I met, and I came to the workshop in Melbourne, I think in February,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was February. I was fixing a subdomain on
Yeah,
the lunch break, right? I was
yeah,
having a
correct.
sandwich.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right. And it look, it was, and then we sort of found ourselves in the position where we didn't really launch any ads until, probably April,
Hmm.
I think, just because we were already busy, but
Yeah, yeah, I remember you saying.
we had all our eggs in one basket, and I thought, look, I want to diversify and make sure that, we're protected, and we'll go down that route. And I you not, I you not. This is no word of a lie. I turned the ads on. I watched the playback because obviously time had surpassed and everything
Yeah.
was set up and everything, and I fine-tuned it. I genuinely you not. I turned the ads on. The next morning, the phone rang. And keep in mind, this phone was on for months beforehand, never got anything,
Hmm.
except for like you've entered a Telstra service upgrade coverage text message, nothing of anything to do with the business. And then I get another call and I think, who the is calling me? Like,
Mm.
why? This is odd. And then I get text and text and text. And look, the kind of long story short, I mean, it's bar the last 2 weeks because I forgot to pause the ads. So if you take that out because I haven't answered anything and take it as though they should have been paused, you I think the height of our ROI was we spent I think it was 11 or 1200 bucks, and I think we've got 46x. I think it actually might be more. I think it was 48 or 49x. And I'm talking these are all small jobs,
Yeah.
like little things that amount to that amount,
Yeah.
right? So we get clicks and our impressions are through the roof, which is great.
Mm.
But the clicks is what got us. So,
Yeah.
we'd be getting 25 clicks a day for a budget of $50. And mind you, that budget might go to 65 some days and
Mm.
whatever. But of those 25 clicks, a good 10 to 15 of them are actual genuine people that are saying, listen, I need this. I'm happy to
Mm,
wait. We love your website. We love everything about it. And then obviously, then it comes down to how well you can, sell sand to a sandman.
mm.
That's what it comes down to. But the whole, what I'm trying to get at is what you say is actually not, it's not, it's dead straight to the point.
Yeah.
Like it's actually quite, I actually don't have a word for it. It's absurd. It put it this way, if we were in the 1700s, you'd be thrown rocks at and hung at stake for witchcraft. For witchcraft. Because it is, it's virtually witchcraft. You know,
Best
you
comment
spend
ever.
you spend years and years and years, being told that, things take time and you add strategies learning and it takes 3 weeks for this and it takes a week for this. And then by that time, you've already spent 4 grand on ads
Yeah.
where you get nothing in return. You think, okay, this is just the norm. And then you see you on an ad, you go, oh, well, it's X amount. And you go, okay, well, fine, do it. Like,
Yeah.
what's the worst that can happen? And then fast forward, you're not a month or a month and a half or 2 months, and I can genuinely say I don't have words for how it's worked. And I've had, whenever I've needed help, the one thing that obviously, the ROI is fantastic, but the one thing that I'm really happy with is the help. It's
Mm,
the resources that are available.
mm,
There's no There's no excuse of saying, oh, well, I can't learn that or I can't do that. Just
mm.
go watch the video.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
Yeah.
Like it's you can do it all yourself.
Mm.
But at the same time, yes, it's a lot to take in at the start.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah, for
doubt
sure.
about it. But nevertheless, it's a dream setup. I
Mm.
mean, it's grouse.
Yeah.
But it's you've it's one of those things where someone says, hey, listen, hold on. Have you ever been in like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini and they say, hey, listen, like, hold on. And then they put their foot to the floor and you
Yeah.
don't hold on. And then your head goes
It
back and hits
slings
it.
back. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I told you. It's the exact same principle. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, listen, you're going to get busy here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, well, haha, yeah, sure, sure. Everyone says that. And then all of a sudden you get busy and you're like, I'm run off my feet here.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
amount of times I've had to pause ads I don't have enough people.
Yeah, did you say were you saying the team was like what have you done or something like that last time we talked?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So essentially, I have a fair few people, all
Yeah.
subbies, and they're all good to go. And it was always very intermittent work. So
Hmm.
always, change a tap here, change a mixer here, change a mini stop here, or plastering here, whatever. And it
Hmm.
was always very intermittent. And I have tested it. If I
Mm.
left those ads open, and I have, but if I left them open, I could fully employ at least 10 to 15 people,
Yeah, sick.
which is fantastic. I
Yeah.
don't, which is great, but it it's that thing of I actually don't have any words. It's not, it's just one of those things where you just go, how you feel it's a double-edged sword because you feel like an idiot for trusting so many other people
Mm.
for so long. But then you also feel relieved that you've actually found someone
Yeah.
that's straight to the point.
Yeah.
And it's a very odd feeling, and I don't
Yeah.
think you have this feeling very often in your life where and I'm not sure whether you've had businesses where before
Mm.
you did this where you'd pay someone a lot of money.
Mm.
And I'm not talking $500 to $1,000. I'm
Mm.
talking, see, like a lot of money to run things.
Yeah.
And they just, and look, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but
Yeah,
whilst
yeah.
what they might say is, true, what I have learned from you just completely and utterly myth busts it.
Yeah.
It's not, it's like working a positive and a negative. It doesn't go together.
Mm.
So someone isn't right here and someone's wrong. And
Yeah.
it's very obvious that you're right because otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here.
Thanks, bro.
That's the truth, though. So
Awesome. Thanks, bro. You're a legend. That was that was I like the witchcraft analogy. I'm gonna chuck that into my intro for the next workshop. I was like, Hunter said this was witchcraft, so
it is. No, it is witchcraft. It truly is. It's insane. And I guarantee you, without knowing anyone else from that workshop, I guarantee you, nearly every single one, if not every single one, would say the same thing.
yeah.
Because it's absurd how people, it's like I don't have any words. I just don't. And keep trying to find this word to use, but
Yeah.
it is truly nothing short of, it actually is witchcraft, to be
Yeah.
fair, by definition.
Awesome. Thanks so
It's
much, bro.
magical. That's okay. But look, I'm very grateful, to be honest. So
Thank you, Hunter.
that's okay. I don't know.
Always
All
a
good.
pleasure to hear these things. Like as soon as we record these, like I zip the link straight through to the sales team.
Mm.
Always brightens up everyone's day. You know when you get a
Hey,
yeah
truly, Brandon, it's nuts. And look, I'm not here to, speak negatively about, who I was with or whatever. And,
yeah
beforehand, they can do what they do
yeah
and,
yeah
shake hands and move on and
yeah.
part ways. But I guarantee you, I mean, I don't know. I don't even, I just don't. It's ludicrous. It truly is. It's just a whole. It's like when someone tells you to not touch a kettle and you touch the kettle and they say it's hot and you go, oh well, it's hot. It's like
I
it's just
told you.
hot. Like it's just like you sit there and I remember you telling us on the first day, like straight out, like this is gonna work.
Mm,
Like this is what is gonna happen here. And like anything, I think it's just
mm.
human nature where someone
Yeah,
just
yeah.
goes, okay,
Skeptical.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's no bullshit.
yeah.
It's it's full on.
It was like
It,
Adriano. I think Adriano was at the Sydney one the month after you. He was leaving me voice notes on Instagram. He's like, "Bro, this is I like had to turn the ads off. I'm booked out. Like
yeah,
I'm like quadrupled overnight." He's like, "You don't even sound impressed. You were just like, this was meant to happen." I'm like, "Yeah, you just followed instructions."
yeah, it's I could not tell you how many times I've had to pause the ads.
Yeah.
It's nearly it's not normal,
Mm.
but it is normal. If that does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Like
know what you mean.
normal
It's
to
just like
you,
you just
but
haven't experienced it before. You're like, what
it's
the
just like
And I was like, ah, this is how it's meant to work.
yeah, like and it's often as well. Like it's not as if though I'm pausing it one night a week.
Yeah.
Like, mate, I mean, I shit you not. I mean, I should have paused. I mean, when we last had our chat, what's today? The 24th. I've been
Yep.
fully booked for the last 3 weeks
That's sick.
from a week of having ads on.
That's
I
sick.
don't have, I don't have the infrastructure,
Yeah. Yeah, we
or
are talking. That's the
I
next
don't
bottleneck.
have it, and that's
Yeah.
never happened before.
Yeah.
Not in real estate work, not in anything else. It just hasn't happened.
Mm.
I've
Yeah.
never caught myself out where I actually can't get to you.
Yeah.
Like I can't. And now
Yeah.
it's sort of got to the point where I'm working these insane hours of, 3 or 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. And
Yeah.
if I can't get to you within a week of those hours and three other people full
Yeah.
time working those hours,
Yeah.
that's absurd.
Yeah. What?
So I'm just very grateful. I think what you've done, you've done what you've said, and I think in a world of where someone is happy to shake your hand and then turn around and stab you in the back with
Yeah.
millions of those types of people, to have someone that where it actually counts, where you actually genuinely your business somewhat genuinely relies on the advice and the teachings that you teach, and for you to be true on your word on how yeah, there's no deviation from what you said in the workshop.
Mm.
What happens actually happens.
Yeah.
Like it's not as if though you're doing it wrong. Like you pretty much can't it up.
Yeah.
Like if you it up, you're an idiot. It's true. Like if you just do what you say,
Yeah.
you'll be flat out.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not a question. It's just a matter of yes.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Thanks, Hunter. Thanks so much for your time. I know I
That's
ran a
all right.
little bit over time out of your calendar, but just want to say I appreciate it again.